Usability on your hotel website. And this is the final section in this module. And this one is, as opposed to user experiences all around what emotions does it evoke, this is comes around to the very practical sense of how easy is it for people to use your website? How many roadblocks are we putting in front of them, and how can we remove those to streamline them through to making a booking is the goal. So the first one is just quite simply ease of use. Remove those roadblocks. Don't put anything in front of them. And I think a simplistic, clean website is always preferred over one that shows you everything. I think a tip here is you don't actually need to. You might have 20 pages on your website, but you don't need to have 20 tabs or 20 ways that people can get to them so they can get to every page. You can quite creatively have people move through your website and find web pages that they can't necessarily navigate to from the home page. So you can actually send them on a path that you want them to take to booking. But it's also about not making them take that path if they don't want to, so they can shortcut out of the path at any point in time. Ease of use and getting online and actually practicing on your own website, thinking dumb and thinking from the booker's perspective and saying, what would I do here? What's getting in my road that I can potentially remove or iron the creases out, is probably a very worthwhile exercise. One of the other big things that you really should have on your website, and I've spoken about it before, is your call to action. And this is for any website, but particularly on a hotel website, because the whole point is, once you get them there, we want them to transact. We don't want to risk them going off somewhere else to another site. So you've got to have the call to action clear, and you've got to have it visible at all times. So like I've said previously, either you have a book now button that sits at the top of the page the whole time, and when you scroll it doesn't disappear, or as you scroll there's always a book now button somewhere. Along the lines of this book now button, there was a study conducted once about what's the most optimal or best performing words that you can put on your book now button. So the survey is, does book now versus check availability, or versus having a calendar, like a little calendar widget where you can actually put in some search dates, and have a think. What do you think would perform better, book now, check availability, or the calendar widget? Well, the answer, or the winner, is the check availability widget. So don't forget to include them as well. So it's not just about a book now button, which takes you off to another page. Embed the widget, embed the calendar, embed the search function directly in your website. Now, if you're not a web guru, that's fine. Get your web developer to do this. It's not hard, they're commonly available. But having that ability to immediately start searching dates has got high conversion rates as opposed to just a book now button. Either way, you'd probably use a combination of all of the above, book nows and or check availability and the calendar widget, but you have to have check availability in front of them at all times on the website. That's the important thing. Now, the other thing around usability is live rates and availability, which I've spoken about before, being there. Like if you're not in this space, people just do not have the patience to get to the point and go, I like this hotel, I want to book it. Even if you've got the price there, but they can't check availability, it says call the hotel, or it says leave us a message, I tell you what will happen. Somebody sends you a message via the website, I would say 8 times out of 10, by the time someone in your property gets the email, replies back, or even calls them, they're already onto another web page, or 2 or 3 or 4, and have made another booking decision or other arrangements. So there's just that delay. The immediacy has to be there for them to transact then and there. Most people want to actually transact straight away, or at least be able to sum up the decision. But if they don't even know whether you're available, they might just say, forget it, I'll move on. And people are less inclined to pick up the phone and have a conversation with you. It still happens, of course, but a high percentage are just wanting that immediacy to take place. And the final area there is around conversion rates and optimising conversion rates. Again, it's about dropping the barriers down to conversion. And so things that can impact your conversion rates are, I guess, not giving them a reason to jump off your site. So things that we see that make people go off and I'll check somewhere else, or I'll check an OTA, or I'll check another hotel. One, we know that throughout the planning process, they want to check pricing. So all your call to action should have something around book direct and save, or best price guarantee when booking direct, something like that. So really just give them that assurance. There's even clever widgets that you can get through different software platforms these days that'll actually bring up a window or a box on the screen that actually shows them, here's the direct rate and here's what we're offering at the OTA websites, Booking.com, Expedia, etc. So they actually give a live comparison on their own website. They say, well, here's the other sites, here's ours. So it stops them going, well, let me just go and check. Because what happens is they go off and check and they get lost in the World Wide Web and go, I found something else, I booked somewhere else. And similar for reviews. So, as a part of that travel booking process, people not only want to check price, they want to check consumer sentiment and previous experience, real guest reviews. So they go from, that looks good, the price looks good, the availability looks good, let me just check some reviews. And off they go. And again, a chance of being lost in the World Wide Web. Well, what if we had reviews right there on our own website? What if we had them populated there before they even got to that checkout stage? They've already ticked that box along the way to go, okay, looks good, available, people are saying it's good, price is right, oh, I'll just book it. So we've got to eliminate those little loops that people might take where they actually jump off, and that'll all help impact your conversion rates and impact the overall usability and ease of use of your website to, I guess, maximise the bookings at the end of the day. So there you have it. That's the closeout of your hotel website, your magnetic digital shopfront, trying to move you from an online brochure, which sort of doesn't do much but just sit there, to an actual online booking machine, your virtual shopfront that is there to be the core of your marketing strategy. And we want to drive as much traffic to that website as possible, hold people there for as long as possible, and convert as many people that go into that shopfront that come in and increase and measure and increase those conversions over time. That's the goal, and we wish you well with it.